Hey, vinyl community. So I apologize that I'm driving while I'm making this video. I have some errands to run, but I wanted to weigh in and I wanted to give my review on the Beatles Super Deluxe Let It Be edition. And basically, after having spent some time with it, after having listened to all of the discs, after having taken it all in, I have to say that very unfortunately, I'm kind of underwhelmed, I guess, is the word that I would use. And I'll go through each of the elements of the Super Deluxe edition and talk a little bit about it. But so the album itself, okay, the remixes by Giles Martin are phenomenal. They're great. They're not as noticeable. They're not as jaw-dropping as the Sgt. Pepper remixes, even some of the White Album remixes. But I think I think there's clarity there with the instruments, with the vocals, with the vocal harmonies. So the remixes, I give definitely a 5-star to. Giles Martin did another fantastic job with that. So kudos to Giles Martin. But we're talking about the special edition here, and we're not just talking about the remixes. So as far as the remixes go, yes, 5 stars, absolutely great. But now we want to talk about what you get with the Super Deluxe. So the Get Back album, which was the Glenn John remixes, the album that he assembled in the spring and summer of 1969. I would give 5 stars to that because it is what it is. I mean, they've cleaned it up. The tapes sound remarkable. I had a bootleg of the album. This sounds way better than even the bootleg does. So I'm going to give 5 stars to the Get Back disc. I think the packaging is clever. They had Tony Barrow do the liner notes on the back, which he borrowed heavily from the original Please Please Me liner notes, and then added some notes to kind of update it. So I'm fine with that. I would give that 5 stars. Now, my problem comes with the rest of what you get. So you get 2 discs of what amounts to outtakes and rehearsals. The first disc, the Apple Sessions, is fine. There's a lot of good takes on there, complete takes. They're mixed well. They sound really great. There's some interesting variations, some studio dialogue. That's okay. I would give that maybe a 4 star. But then after that, the 4th disc is just basically like the Let It Be Naked, the extra disc, the Fly on the Wall disc. It's essentially a lot of that, but spread out over an entire disc. Not much in the way of interesting versions. There's a lot of studio chatter that's hard to hear because they're talking over each other. I mean, it's okay. It just didn't do anything for me. I've listened to it once. I can't see myself going back and listening to it over again. It sounds like a lot of it was pulled from the Niagara tapes because there's a lot of mono songs on there, a lot of songs in mono. But just nothing like, ooh, a lot of it I'd already heard on the Fly on the Wall bonus disc that you got with Let It Be Naked. And I think my biggest complaint with the bonus discs is the stuff that's not on there. They had over 100 hours of music to choose from, and that's the best they could do. Number one, you've got a track on here, which is the Oh Darling Jam, which was on Anthology 3. Why are you putting that on this set? We've already heard it. It's already available. It's not all that remarkable. Like, you couldn't have found something else to put on there. Like, where's the song Watching Rainbows? Where are some of the interesting takes of Mean Mr. Mustard? There's other songs that we know exist from the Let It Be bootlegs that they could have put on this set, and they did not. What we got is kind of an underwhelming hodgepodge of studio chat, false starts, incomplete takes. I just think they could have done so much better. And then the fifth disc is an EP. Why is it an EP? I don't get why the fifth disc only has 4 songs on it. Why did you make it an EP? You could have put a lot more material on there. We know there's stuff. Everybody's heard, well, not everybody, but if you're a Beatles fan, you've heard on bootlegs, I guarantee you, stuff that is more compelling than the stuff they put on disc 4 and disc 5. I have no idea why. Again, I don't get it. Why couldn't you have filled that fifth disc with more outtakes, the stuff that we know exists out there? I just kind of boggles my mind, I guess, because Let It Be, the Get Back sessions, have the most material of any of the Beatles studio sessions that's been unreleased. And I get it, like, you don't want 9 versions of Long and Winding Road, you don't want 12 versions of I Got a Feeling, but you can't tell me there wasn't better stuff out there. I'm okay with even 3 or 4 takes of a certain song. Like, why aren't there early versions of Two of Us? Two of Us evolved where Two of Us started out, which was a faster, kind of harder rocking version than what it eventually came to be on the finished album. Like, why isn't there that evolution over the course of, you know, several weeks? Why aren't we getting that? I'm just really disappointed. I feel like they dropped the ball as far as that's concerned. The bonus material for me, like I say, there's about 1 disc worth of great material. And then the second disc I could pretty much do without. And then the EP, like, why? You couldn't have fit any of those songs somewhere else and maybe made it a cheaper package, or gone the other way and like filled a fifth disc or a fifth album with more substantial material. So, like the rooftop concert, you couldn't put the entire rooftop concert on its own disc. Again, some of the decisions made, it just feels like it was very kind of haphazardly thrown together. Not a whole lot of thought and care put into it. The packaging is great. I love the packaging. I'm not complaining at all about the packaging. I think that's fine. It's just, I don't think you get value for the money. I'm going to come right out and say it. The packaging is very cool, but as far as the bonus material, if you're a Beatles fan and you're not a completist, honestly, I think you're fine with the remixes. If you want the Get Back bonus album, then maybe you'll splurge for it. But there's just not, in the way the White Album and Sgt. Pepper and even Abbey Road, there I think was a real treasure trove of stuff. But with this Let It Be, I guess I'm just kind of overwhelmed. I guess I'd give it maybe 3.5 stars. Overall, it could have been a lot better, and it just wasn't. I'm just kind of, I mean, whatever. It's a nice package, and I'm glad for what there is there. The remix is great. I love having the Get Back album, but you know, that's not why it's priced over $100. It's priced over $100 because you get 3 extra discs. And again, there's a Blu-ray disc. I don't know. Maybe there's people out there that love the Blu-ray disc. I feel they throw that in there just to justify charging people more. I don't know a whole lot of people that have a nice Blu-ray setup and can really appreciate that. I could be wrong. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. But if you're somebody who owns a Blu-ray player, or you've got a nice sound system to play the Blu-ray, I'd love to hear about it. But for me, it's just a wasted disc. It's thrown in there to, you know, jack the price up a little bit more, I think. So anyway, that's my verdict. You know, I'd love to know what everybody else thinks. If you got the set, do you agree with me? Do you think I'm off base? But let me know. Anyway, hope you're having a great weekend, and thanks for watching.